I 28/F, suffered a miscarriage and just found out my husband, 32/M, had an affair. Where to go from here? I'm sorry if this is all over the place, I'm in a very weird state of mind right now. A little backstory, my husband, Lucas, and I have been married for 2 years after dating for 5 years. We've had a pretty normal relationship. We've always been able to solve problems and have had very rare and minor fights. So, this is a complete shock to me. 8 months ago I suffered a late miscarriage at 21 weeks. Lucas and I were devastated. We had the nursery together and names picked out. We immediately went to grief counseling and it seemed to really help us. I have been at a really great state of mind up until this week. Lucas and I have communicated throughout the process really well and have weekly sessions at home to talk about things. At least, I thought our communication was great. My problem, Lucas has been out of town for a work trip since Monday. He was just transferred to a new team that requires 2 trips a year. To keep myself occupied, I decided to do a deep cleaning of our house. Everything was going well until I got to his office. Normally, I don't touch his things in there, but I really wanted to tackle his closet. It's a mess. I got to the back corner and found a birthday card from Brittany. Brittany is an acquaintance he went to high school with. I've never met her. I was under the impression she lived in another state. This is what he told me when we were dating. I've never seen any type of communication between them other than an occasional like on Facebook. I've never felt threatened by her until now. In the card, it said happy 32nd birthday, my favorite person in the world. No matter where we are, I know I can always count on you. I can't wait to see you and give you your birthday treat. Smile, let me know when you're out of the clutches of your not so better half. Can't wait to be with you always, Brittany. His birthday was January 12th. This hit me like a ton of bricks and I'm not proud of what I did next. I snooped. I logged onto his computer, something I've never done, but I had his password in case I ever needed to get anything. Fortunately, his Facebook was still logged in so I could access his messages. I went all the way to the beginning of their conversation, which was 4 months ago, around one of our hardest times. It was typical "Hey, how are you, haven't seen you since high school" type of thing. It was mostly them catching up until around a month later. Brittany asked him to lunch during his break. He said yes. Throughout the next couple of months, it was dirty messages and, from what I can tell, 2 meetups. The last group of messages was 2 days after his birthday, around the time he got the card. It was Brittany asking him to meet up and asking if he got her card. He said no meetups. Then she asked when he's leaving me. He responded with, "What? I'm not leaving my wife. I effed up. I can't believe what you said in that card. You were just a mistake during a really bad time in my life. I was going through a rough time and you were an escape from having to deal with everything. Don't contact me again. I'm sorry." The next few days were messages after messages from her asking him to respond or speak face to face. He didn't respond. I even got phone records and didn't see a number I didn't recognize. It seems they only communicated via Facebook and that card. In all honesty, I'm expecting her to contact me. He was blunt and rude to her. I've never heard him talk like that to someone. I'm not sure what he told her about me to make her say what she did in that card. Maybe he looks at me as a failure? I don't know. All I know is I won't be married to someone who does this. I can't. I love him and I probably always will. I don't know if this is just him dealing with the grief, but I don't think it'd be healthy for me to stay. Being with someone who reacts this way to rough times just doesn't seem like something I can live with. My question is, do I confront him over this? Or just go straight to a lawyer while he's away? What's the best way to do this? Counseling? I want so desperately to go home and lay in bed with my mom, but I feel like I failed at being a mom and a wife. I'm embarrassed to tell anyone about this. Everything has been documented and I made a copy of the card. But should I confront him and ask why he did this? Could he just be dealing with the loss in a poopy way? In reality, I'm losing a child and a husband all within a year. TL, doctor, my husband had an affair after I suffered a miscarriage. Not sure where to go from here. Divorce? Confront him? Don't confront him? Counseling? Hi guys, I promise to love you if you like, comment, and subscribe. But I feel like I failed at being a mom and a wife. No, you didn't. He failed at being a husband. You did not fail at being a wife. His selfishness is not a reflection on you. Nor did you fail at being a mother. Your miscarriage was a horrible thing, but you don't get the blame for it. No one gets the blame for it. I want so desperately to go home and lay in bed with my mom. Then go do that. Contact a lawyer, hug your mom, get some more counseling to cope with all of this. You said yourself you can't be married to a man who would do this. Trust me, no one is going to look at this situation and say poor guy. If only she were a better wife, so don't let embarrassment stop you from doing what needs to be done. My mother passed away 3 days ago. Yesterday I, 31M/F, found out my wife, 33M/F, has been having an affair. I was at my mom's side as she passed a few days ago and have been shattered since. She won't be there at home when I go visit anymore, she won't come visit, and she won't get to keep being a grandma. I thought I could depend on my wife to be there for me emotionally. I thought she would hold me as I cried, and that I could be safe with her and just let go. Yesterday I was home and was looking through a bunch of stuff in the house when I found some pretty damning evidence of cheating that my wife thought she had hidden. I confronted her with it and she denied and finally admitted to having been sleeping around and also in a longer-term affair. She says she wants to make it work, that I'm her long-term and her everything and we are supposed to grow old together. I don't even know how I feel at this point. I just feel completely dead, like I can't think anymore. We have kids too, and I don't want them to grow up in a broken household like I did. I don't really know why I'm posting, but I haven't told anyone anything yet. No friends or family. If we work it out, I don't want them to know what my wife did and judge her for it. But I need to tell someone, and I guess it is Reddit. TL, doctor, wife cheated, mom passed away. Edit update, thank you all for your advice. I've done a few things. I went to get an STD panel, which will take a few days to get back. I set up a DNA paternity test for each kid to find out the truth. I also asked my wife to leave for a while, and she is going out of town for the next couple weeks. I'm taking the advice given and I'm going to grieve for a while and then I'll start thinking about what the future should hold. No matter what it will hold, forgiveness, but I need to figure out if that is together or separated. Also, I've been crying a lot, so, yeah. One of the commenters mentioned zombie mode and that describes me perfectly right now, but thank you all so much for your support. Just feeling like there is someone in my corner means a lot. Jesus fucking Christ, I'm sorry about what's been going on, but don't you dare try to work it out with your wife if she's been sleeping around and having a long-term affair. Seriously? No, no, no. Don't do it. Your household will be 1000x more broken because you stay with your cheating wife than if you divorce. I don't know what else to tell you since you say you have no friends or family. I guess I'd suggest therapy to help deal with everything that's going on. Take time for yourself to grieve. Good luck. Thanks for the words, and I'm seriously considering therapy. I meant that I hadn't talked to any family or friends about it, but I do have family and friends nearby. I just feel like if I tell anyone that means I've decided on divorce, and I can't make that choice now. I'm completely frozen by indecision, and no path forward looks right. Speak to a lawyer and a therapist, urgently. Your household is broken now. A divorce with two happy parent couples is better than a single couple with bitter resentment, and inevitably, ongoing cheating and disrespect. Okay, I will make an appointment. I wouldn't have so quickly, but everyone is urging me to do it, so I will. Please don't buy into the "you are my husband and those other affairs didn't mean anything" reasoning. If she tries to tell you her affairs didn't mean anything, the only response should be they clearly meant enough for you to sacrifice your marriage over. I guess they did.